Alright, okay, so boom, listen. I've been a dirt bike fan and a motocross fan since as long as I can think of. No cap. Not just wanting to ride. I really was in the woods and shit, trying to make berms and shit myself, hitting little jumps. I've been doing this shit, you feel me? I'm really into this shit. I would rather watch motocross than sports. That's how I'm into it, you feel me? But I'm starting to learn about riders and shit. Like, I've been to Deegan. I've been to, Ricky Carmichael was one of the first riders I knew. Then it was, Travis Pastrana. But really, Bubba's World, goddamn. I can't think of bro name, bro. But I like Deegan now. He's so lit. He make that shit exciting. Jet Lawrence. Listen, this dude right here, I'm just now, you feel me? Honestly, not like I watch every race and shit, but I really like motocross and shit. This dude right here's story is so crazy. Y'all gotta see this shit. Never knew it was this many great riders out there.
Holds up Seeley. Oh! Down goes Roczen in a big one.
It was a moment that stopped the motocross world in its tracks. How did one man come back to win championships after such a life-threatening injury? Ken Roczen was at...
Damn, he's so high too. Then the fucking jumps hard as shit, like bricks. You know how hard you gotta slam and knock off your visor?
Crew right there to attend to him.
This is like a career-ending crash.
A mistimed rhythm section sent him flying through the air. When he hit the ground, the silence in the crowd said it all. Everything stopped.
Dislocated and compound fractured my radial head on my elbow, going out of the skin, my wrist as well, my radius right here, my ulna was compounded. This was a career-ending injury.
11 fractures, torn ligaments, and a dislocated elbow. Many said his career was over, but Kenny
11 fractures is crazy.
is built different. To understand the tenacity it took to come back from such a crash, we need to go back to where it all began. A small town in Germany called Madstedt. It was here in 1994 that a future motocross...
Ain't gonna lie, it seemed like you, well, not all the time, but it seemed like some of the best and most of the top 10 athletes, they've been doing this shit since like 5 or 6 years old, you feel me? It's like something they've been doing their whole life to where they mastered the craft at a different type of level. So I feel like if you want to be great at something, you gotta start doing it as a kid.
prodigy was born.
One man army, Rambo, baby walking like Naomi Campbell. Made me wanna risk it all, take a gamble. Little butterfly tattoo on her ankle. It go together with the one on my shoulder. I been like a sailor.
Ken grew up with dirt bikes all around him. For most children, riding was a pastime. Ken, it was a destiny.
I had the luxury of growing up with a track right on my property.
And wherever Ken rode, his father was there too. Coach, mentor, biggest supporter, and harshest critic. His training methods were nothing short of relentless. There were no cheering crowds or stadium lights, just early mornings, grueling drills, and a boy with a bike. No excuses were tolerated. Mediocrity was unacceptable. Just a relentless drive for perfection. Ken was being moulded, not just into a rider, but into a competitor. His dad's unyielding drive wasn't easy on Ken, but it forged something unbreakable, a bulletproof mind.
I don't know about y'all, but I used to be into them the four-wheeler game, the MX versus ATVs, all that shit, bro. Matter of fact, I recently just re-downloaded the MX versus ATV. I was streaming that shit sometimes. Shit legit.
Set, a refusal to quit, no matter the odds. These early years were when Ken Roczen became more than just a talent. He became a fighter, a mentality that would later serve as his greatest weapon in the face of insurmountable challenges.
Boy been a champion his whole life.
At just 15 years old, Ken Roczen wasn't just a rising star. He was already making waves on the European motocross circuit, a name whispered in the paddocks, a rider who had something special. That year, he made his MX2 debut, becoming the youngest Grand Prix racer in history.
I'm looking forward to Portugal, Agueda, for sure. And this year is just a learn year for me, so I just want to ride and have fun.
But Kenny didn't stop at showing up. He made sure the world remembered him. It only took 4 races for him to make history again, claiming his first Grand Prix victory on home soil in Germany.
KTM bikes is top tier too. Even if it's not a factory bike, a stock KTM bike is pressure. I had 2 of them.
We're at the Kessel circuit at Tuschenthal in Germany, and it's a home Grand Prix for Ken Roczen.
The roar of the German crowd echoed across the track.
These boys can't leave them blasted. A lot of dudes, just some undercover actors. I don't fall for it, I'm privy to all your tactics. Yeah, so try again, this time take a vitamin. Yeah.
Ken Roczen is the 2011 FIM MX2 Motocross World Champion.
By 17, Kenny's star burned even brighter. He shattered records yet again, becoming the youngest rider ever to win the FIM MX2 World Championship. But that wasn't the only challenge on his plate. That same year, Ken took on the grueling AMA Supercross Lights Championship over in America.
It's 1 week to Anaheim 1, and I'm really excited to go there, and I hope I'm going to do good.
His debut season on one of the world's most demanding
Come to America, come ride with us.
Stages, and he didn't just survive, he thrived.
Man, you know how bad I wanted to be a motocross rider growing up? That shit costs money, bro. Travel to the races and all that shit, bro. My mom would never give me no damn dirt bike, bro. I had to wait till I got older, for real, for real. I wish, though. That was my dream.
2 championships, 2 continents, all in 1 year. At just 17 years old, Ken Roczen wasn't just winning races, he was redefining what it meant to be a champion. As you can see, Kenny is built different. His talent is undeniable, but what truly sets him apart is his mentality. An unrelenting drive for perfection forged by years of...
See, it be that shit you see on the back end that be making a champion for real. Everybody see just the, you feel me? The highlights, the games, the races and shit. Man, it be that back end work people be doing and making it great.
Discipline, sacrifice, and a mindset instilled by his father.
That's one word you always gonna hear when it comes to like being great and shit. Discipline.
Winning the MX2 championship was the end of the road in Europe for Ken Roczen, but it was just the beginning of a much bigger dream. In 2012, he made a life-changing decision to leave behind the familiar home comforts of Europe, diving headfirst into the heart of motocross, America.
Hey, I'm Ken Roczen, I'm coming to the US.
Man, it's a motocross race I want to go to and fucking vlog or stream, probably vlog. It's in Charlotte, Supercross race. Gotta go.
Supercross in the United States was a different beast entirely. Tracks were brutal, the crowds massive, and the competition fierce. This was where legends were made. And Ken Roczen was determined to make his name amongst them. By 2014, and not even in his 20s yet, Ken made the bold leap to the Premier 450 class. It would prove to become a pivotal year for him. On the track, Roczen was thriving. Off the track, however, things were shifting. Ken found himself at a crossroads, his career and his personal life pulling him in different directions. Ken had always relied on his father, a man who had shaped him into the athlete he was today, but now their once unbreakable bond was beginning to show cracks. Ken could feel the strain, and he knew it was time to make one of the toughest choices of his young career, stepping away from his father's guidance.
Once I came over here, we haven't talked in months. He felt pushed out, and you're growing up, you're 18, and it just, something was just missing. I can't really tell you what it was, but something wasn't right, and I just felt like I needed new motivation.
Roczen turned to Alden Baker, a legendary trainer with a track record of working with Supercross champions such as Ricky Carmichael, James Stewart, and Ryan Villapoto. Never one to back down from commitment and bold moves, Ken relocated to Florida to train under Baker's rigorous program.
Right, we're here at the new farm, Alden's property. We call it the bakery. So where champions are made.
The hard work paid off almost instantly. Roczen stunned the world by winning his very first 450 race at Anaheim 1.
Ken Roczen right there in second. A rookie update. Roczen having a great night. He's second. Will Hahn 16th. And of course, guess who's down? Villapoto!
You're looking at a rookie versus a two-time champion with 45 wins under his belt. Stewart has...
Oh, Stewart loses at the ropes! The crowd on its feet cheering.
That's the name I fucking forgot. James Stewart. GOAT. Legend. One of the first black riders. The only black rider besides his brother that I ever, you feel me, remember growing up watching. Pioneering this shit.
As Roczen looks for his first career win, Ken Roczen, here he comes! The rookie wins Anaheim!
I definitely dedicate this race to my dad. Love him to death. He just came on Thursday. I didn't know about it, so just love him.
By the end of the Supercross season, he had secured an impressive third-place finish. But it was the 2014 Pro Motocross Championship where Roczen truly made his mark, never finishing off the podium except once, a sensational performance that crowned him champion in his very first season on the 450.
That's insane. Bro, and Rodney, like, even watching the videos, bro, I be getting, like, the fucking jitters and shit. Like I feel like I'm riding that motherfucker.
Ken Roczen, just a phenomenal talent, great guy, very fluid. I mean, just watching him, it's beautiful to see. This is what's going really fast, looks like while in control.
Roczen actually turned up the heat. He has the fastest lap of the race. He was the fastest rider. Ken Roczen is about to serve notice.
So the young German doing it again. Boy, he has gone to another level here.
Your team on a great season this year. You came out on the 450, you grabbed a hold of that red plate, and you never let it go. So congratulations to you and the team. It gives me great pleasure on behalf of AMA Pro Racing and MX Sports Pro Racing to present you with the 2014 Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship 450 #1 plate. Congratulations. Great job.
Yet even with this success, Ken's partnership with Baker and KTM hit a wall.
We were surprised because he was doing good, and our bike was not perfect, but Kenny was in contention for Supercross and he won the outdoors.
It was clear that Ken's path to greatness wouldn't follow anyone else's script. He was determined to forge his own way, just as he always had.
I needed a change. That was very simple, and it did break my heart that, I had to leave the people basically that I love, the team that I've had great memories with. Sometimes I just have to be selfish and make the decision that I want.
After clinching a championship with KTM, most riders would have doubled down on their winning formula. But Roczen, he wasn't like most riders.
Roczen has aligned himself with the most counterculture race team in the industry.
He left the stability of KTM behind and took a gamble. joining the Suzuki RCH team, a privateer outfit known for punching above its weight, but hardly the obvious choice for a champion.
I honestly just don't give a f.
The 2015 season proved lackluster, a year marred by inconsistency and setbacks that left critics questioning his decision, but Roczen didn't dwell on the whispers of doubt. If 2015 was a stumble, 2016 was a thunderous roar. Roczen delivered what many considered the most dominant motocross season in modern history.
It's absolutely mind-blowing to see how dominant he was this year. You know, you don't really see that happen too much anymore. I mean, the field's so deep and these guys are riding so well. But, I mean, just to watch what Ken did this year was just mind-blowing.
Out of 12 rounds, he won 9 outright. In the other 3, he finished second, never once stepping off the podium.
Ken Roczen takes the checkered flag underneath the Lucas Oil Pro Motocross finish stripe.
Good job, man. Holds off the checkers, man. That's the way you like to see it happen.
Huge congratulations, the 2016 450 Lucas Oil Pro Motocross champion.
It reminded everyone watching that Ken Roczen wasn't just a rider, he was a force of nature. Ken Roczen was no stranger to change, and once again, after winning a championship with his team, just like his bold move from KTM to Suzuki, he now made another leap, this time to Honda HRC. This wasn't just any deal, it was a 3-year lucrative contract with one of the sport's most iconic brands. Honda didn't just want Roczen to race for them, they wanted him to become the face.
Yeah, that's crazy. This nigga don't want 3 different teams, 3 or 4 different teams winning shit, man. That's crazy. Honda legendary. All these people.
Of their future. At the Anaheim pre-season press conference, Roczen didn't just make an appearance, he made a statement.
I mean, I'm excited to get going. You know, we've had quite some time off now, and there's a lot of new things going on, and new gear and new bike and everything. So I'm excited. It'll be a lot of fun. And, we got to take it race by race. Obviously, there's a lot of people right now that are going fast, and there's going to be a lot of hectic going on for the first race as always. So we're just gonna focus on ourselves and bring in even more focus than we have in the past years.
When the gate dropped on the open
all them bikes look good as hell, I ain't gonna lie.
round of the championship, Roczen delivered. He dominated Anaheim 1, leaving no doubt about his speed and skill.
Who puts the 94 out in front of the field.
Now look at Roczen. Just keeps stretching the lead out.
And here he is, about to win the season opening round of Monster Energy AMA Supercross. The season opener goes to Ken Roczen.
A week later, he crushed the competition again in San Diego.
Here come the 2 title combatants. Roczen comes right after him. Ken Roczen came in making so many statements into the season opener. He made the biggest statement of all by winning the season opening round. Look at Roczen inside the chip. Passes him in this crowd here. Petco Park is on their feet. Now, what will Dungey do, Jeff? It's going to be enough. And Ken Roczen is going to win his second race of the year. Back-to-back victories in 2017.
2 rounds, 2 victories, Roczen was on fire. Heading into round 3, the world seemed to be at his feet. But in motorsport, triumph and tragedy often ride the same fine line.
This is like a career-ending crash.
Oh my god. Dude, those jumps are like hard-packed shit. It's like hitting a wall at 140 miles an hour.
And it just launches him. down goes Ken.
It was supposed to be another routine race, another step in Roczen's rise. Instead, it became a moment that would define his career and his life.
You know, my arm was post. I mean, absolutely. I dislocated and compound fractured my radial head on my elbow right here, going out of the skin. My wrist as well, my radius right here. My ulna was compounded. Because I was in the hospital for almost 4 weeks, and I was on a lot of medication. Being in the hospital and on drugs, there was a lot of stuff going on, and it scared me a little bit. I think the biggest thing was the compartment syndrome, right? After from the impact, so my arm started swelling up and really heavy impact or trauma, and then your muscle starts swelling and basically cuts off the blood supply. And when that happens and your muscle starts dying, and once your muscle's dead, you amputate your arm. So I was like right on that edge where that could have happened. So I ended up getting surgery, and because my wrist, everything was sandpaper. Like, it was just shattered into a million pieces.
This wasn't just a crash, it was a calamity, a split second that changed everything. His arm was mangled, and a horrific injury that didn't just threaten his career, but his ability to live a normal life.
When I was in the hospital, surgery was done, that I completely kind of like dislodged myself from the sport a little bit, because it was so far away if I was ever gonna be able to ride or race again. He's kind of like the one that made me, I flipped the switch, like where I'm like, I'm freaking doing this. And I just started hammering away, basically didn't give myself any room for error. I told myself I was gonna come back and be the best rider in the world.
What followed was a grueling 1-year journey of rehabilitation, spending countless hours in physical therapy. But giving up was never an option. That bulletproof mindset Heiko had forged in him as a child now became his lifeline.
When it comes to injuries, I don't care about the doctors and what they say, because there's always a chance that you can recover better than what they say. Whether you want to call it miracle, but they have happened, and why not be one of them?
After months of pain and perseverance, the moment had finally arrived. For the first time since the crash, Ken swung his leg over a bike, a simple motion that now carried the weight of his entire journey.
Nothing here is right.
Every lap on the practice track was a step closer to redemption. Each turn, each jump brought him one step closer to reclaiming his place among the best in the world.
His body is never going to be the same. He's still dealing with some stuff. You know, that accident, he went through hell and back. He almost lost his arm.
All eyes were on Anaheim 1. Dressed sharply in a full suit as always, Ken arrived ready for business.
11 surgeries later, some of us weren't even sure we'd ever see you on a dirt bike again, Ken, and here you are, in your suit.
The anticipation was palpable. The return of the 94 was a story too good to ignore.
Lining back up, going racing, doing what I love is what it's all about, and like I said before, whether it's a win, a third or a fifth, it doesn't really matter to me.
This wasn't just another season opener. It was a moment of redemption, a chance to reclaim what had been so violently taken from him.
I'm really just super lucky and happy to be here and sit up here with those guys and ready to have fun out here.
Against all the odds, and just 1 year after nearly losing his arm, Ken Roczen stood on the gate once more.
22 of the most finely tuned athletes in the world are now locking themselves into the starting gate. These men are willing to push themselves and their machines to unthinkable levels to achieve their dream. Here's Roczen on the number 94, right now showing in 10th. Well, just in front of them is Brayton on the number 10, who is very good in his heat race. There's Brayton Here goes Roczen coming around the outside. That's Bowers on the 69.
See it rising. The attitude and his riding style is changing. It's really looking like the Ken Roczen we all know and love.
Just like he does here tonight.
Roczen has gotten past Seeley on the 14, Martin on the 6. Ken now up to 6, and Seeley also. All of the riders wear a patch on the backside of their riding pants, and Roczen's tonight says bleed for this, and I think that says everything about how far he's willing to take it, Jeff. Here's Roczen now, closing on Pike. Maybe he has time to run down Barsha and complete this opening night with a spot on the podium. What a story that would be. And the incredible story.
He's going crazy, boy. He should be taking back everybody.
If Ken Roczen continues with an amazing fourth place finish after disaster here in this very stadium almost a year ago.
Just 1 week later, Roczen stunned the world again by claiming second place in Houston. Less than a year after suffering a catastrophic injury, he was back at the highest level of his sport, proving that his spirit was as unbreakable as his will to fight.
Roczen looks good.
Bikes are so fast, bro. I didn't realize the factory bikes were so much faster than the stock. I did not realize they put so much money and time into suspension and shit.
Yeah. Roczen's last victory, January 14th, last year in San Diego, 364 days ago. But what a journey it's been since. You saw Oscar Verdman trying to encourage his rider Roczen. Here comes Anderson. And Anderson flies the Husqvarna into the lead here in Houston. His first win of 2018 comes in Houston. Ken Roczen takes another step in his program as he puts himself up on the podium for the first time this year.
San Diego, a night that would test Roczen once again. In a fierce battle with Cooper Webb, disaster struck.
He goes to kind of cheap shot him, try to go in on him, hit him. They get together. Roczen flies off the bike. Webbs goes down, and Roczen's arm actually goes between the rear wheel and the swing arm.
And this was his good arm, his right arm, and it just totally got mangled up. Tonight, he made some bad decisions, and it cost him big time.
The result? A broken bone in his hand and another devastating setback. His Supercross season was over, and he found himself back where he fought so hard to escape, injured and facing yet another uphill climb.
We could have thrown in the towel and be like, and trust me, I was close sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. But I think I will know when it would be time to be like, hey, I've tried everything I can.
The wait was long. 3 years of near misses, heartbreak, and relentless determination. From narrow defeats to battles with doubt, the elusive victory seemed just out of reach.
Roczen sees Webb jump past through the woods, and Cooper Webb gets his first win. Webb tries to get inside. Oh, contact to the line. It's Webb. Cooper Webb beats him to the line. Unbelievable.
Bro, I gotta witness this shit live.
But in 2020, at St. Louis, the moment we had all hoped for finally arrived.
It's time to bring the action. Here comes Roczen.
He is gapping these guys behind him. He's hitting his marks.
Roczen has blown the lead out to in excess of 5 seconds. The crowd are on their feet. They're watching Ken Roczen come on home. He's into the final turn. Nearly a 3-year wait is finally over. Ken Roczen is
speechless. That guy has been through so much.
This has been a long time coming, and I still can't believe it finally happened. Never give up. Hopefully there's a lot more to come.
In the years that followed, Ken continued to silence the doubters with one stellar performance after another. Each race became a testament to his resilience and sheer determination.
Ken Roczen, the MXGP class winner. That's 5 individual class victories now for the German.
In 2022 and 2023, Roczen stood tall once again, clinching more championship titles in the WSX series and cementing his legacy as one of the greatest riders of his generation. Ken Roczen's story is more than just motocross. He showed us what it means to never give up and rise above even the darkest moments. It's a story of grit, resilience, and the strength to rise after every fall.
Your world champion is Ken Roczen.
That boy goated, no cap.